Do you still remember the wild misunderstandings, hilarious mishaps, and unforgettable chemistry in Three's Company? The sitcom once made the whole world laugh, but behind the laughter were real-life tragedies far more shocking than anything on screen. Some actors battled devastating illnesses, others faced heartbreaking personal struggles, and a few left us far too soon. Get ready, because the then and now of this iconic cast will leave you stunned that every word is true. Helen Roper didn't just appear in Three's Company. She commanded the screen with a charm so bold, so hilarious, that every scene she touched became unforgettable. With her sharp wit, glamorous outfits, and perfectly timed sarcasm, Helen was the heart of the Roper household, forever yearning for romance, forever exasperated by her clueless husband, and forever adored by audiences who saw pieces of real life in her humor and vulnerability. She was loud, loving, dramatic, and irresistibly human. Behind this iconic character stood Audra Lindley, born September 24, 1918, who was 58 when she first brought Helen's larger-than-life personality to brilliance. A seasoned actress with decades on stage and on screen, Lindley also shined in The Ropers, Friends, and countless films that showcased her depth and comedic power. Regrettably, Audra Lindley passed away on October 16, 1997, at 79 due to leukemia, yet Helen Roper remains immortal, still lighting up screens and hearts worldwide. Reverend Snow stepped into Three's Company as the calm in the middle of the show's lovable chaos, measured, earnest, and unintentionally hilarious. His steady presence made every interaction funnier, especially when his moral seriousness collided with the trio's wild misunderstandings. With a single raised eyebrow or quiet sigh, he turned simple moments into comedic gems, becoming a beloved part of the show's rich character tapestry. Behind this dignified charm was Peter Mark Richmond, born April 16, 1927. He was 53 when he portrayed Reverend Snow, already a veteran actor with a commanding voice and unmistakable gravitas. Richmond built an extraordinary career with over 130 film and TV roles, including Beverly Hills, 90210, Dynasty, Santa Barbara, and countless guest appearances. Sorrowfully, Peter Mark Richmond passed away on January 14, 2021 at 93. His legacy endures, refined, respected, and forever woven into television history. Stanley Roper didn't just walk into Three's Company. He shuffled in with that deadpan glare, that suspicious squint, and a comedic brilliance that turned every awkward pause into pure television gold. Cheap, cranky, nosy, and somehow endlessly lovable, Stanley became one of sitcom history's most iconic landlords. His battles with Mrs. Roper, his cluelessness, his stubborn pride, they created moments fans still quote and laugh about decades later. He wasn't just a character, he was a cultural stamp of 70s and 80s comedy. Behind that unforgettable face was Norman Fell, born March 24, 1924. He was 52 when he first slipped into Stanley's cardigan and instantly owned the role. A gifted character actor, Fell shined in The Graduate, Bullet, and later The Ropers, proving his range stretched far beyond comedy. Heartbreakingly, Norman Fell passed away on December 14, 1998, at 74, from bone marrow cancer. Yet Stanley Roper lives on, eternal, hilarious, and forever beloved. Ralph Furley didn't just enter Three's Company. He burst onto the screen in a swirl of loud outfits, wild expressions, and unforgettable comedic flair. With every raised eyebrow, every dramatic gasp, every overconfident swagger, Mr. Furley became an instant icon. He wasn't just the building manager. He was the spark that supercharged the show's chaos, delivering some of the funniest, most quotable moments in sitcom history. Viewers adored him. They still do. Behind this legendary character stood Don Knotts, born July 21, 1924, already 54 when he transformed Furley into comedy gold. A 5-time Emmy winner, Knotts had already conquered television as Barney Fife on The Andy Griffith Show, starred in classics like The Incredible Mr. Limpet, and built a career defined by genius timing and limitless charm. Sorrowfully, Knotts passed away on February 24, 2006 at 81 by pulmonary and respiratory complications. But his laughter, energy, and comedic magic remain eternal. Lana Shields didn't just enter Three's Company, she swept in like a glamorous storm, bold, flirtatious, and completely unstoppable. With her sultry confidence, razor-sharp timing, and deliciously playful pursuit of Jack Tripper, she became one of the show's most unforgettable scene stealers. Every entrance was electric, every line was dripping with charm. Lana wasn't just funny, she was iconic, reshaping the show's energy the moment she appeared. Behind this dazzling force was Ann Wedgeworth, born January 21, 1934. She was 47 when she brought Lana's comedic fire to life, already a respected stage and screen actress. Wedgeworth built a powerful career with roles in Sweet Dreams, Steel Magnolias, and Evening Shade, earning praise for her emotional depth and irresistible presence. Sadly, Ann Wedgeworth passed away on November 16, 2017, at 83, following a long illness. Yet Lana Shields remains timeless, fiery, fearless, and forever adored by sitcom fans around the world. James Bradford entered Three's Company with polished confidence and a sly, irresistible charm. One of those characters who could shift an entire scene with nothing more than a knowing smile. Sophisticated, sharp, and delightfully unpredictable, he brought a new comedic flavor to the show, elevating every storyline he touched. Whether sparring playfully with other characters or complicating romantic dynamics, Bradford's suave presence became an unforgettable part of the sitcom's legacy. Behind the elegant persona was Robert Mandan, born February 2, 1932. He was 46 when he stepped into the role, already a seasoned performer with a celebrated career on stage and television. Mandan became widely known for Soap, The Love Boat, Three's a Crowd, and dozens of guest roles that showcased his razor-sharp comedic timing. Regrettably, Robert Mandan passed away on April 29, 2018, at 86, by prostate cancer. Today, he is remembered as one of sitcom television's most refined and gifted talents. Chrissy Snow didn't just light up Three's Company. She burst onto the screen like a firework of innocence, laughter, and irresistible charm. With her sunlit smile, bubbly energy, and perfectly timed comedic magic, Chrissy became the heartbeat of the show, turning simple misunderstandings into legendary sitcom moments. She was comedic gold, radiant, iconic, impossible to forget. For millions, she wasn't just a character, she was joy itself. Behind that unforgettable sparkle was Suzanne Summers, born October 16, 1946, just 30 when she transformed Chrissy into a cultural phenomenon. Her career soared beyond sitcom fame. Step by Step, best-selling books, fitness empires, and a legacy of reinvention and resilience. She became a symbol of empowerment, carving her own path in Hollywood. Tragically, Summers passed away on October 15, 2023, at 76, after a long battle with breast cancer. Yet her light still shines, brighter than ever, through every laugh Chrissy Snow left behind. Aunt Martha didn't just appear in Three's Company. She arrived like a thunderbolt of old-school authority wrapped in sharp wit and undeniable warmth. With every raised eyebrow, every perfectly delivered line, she created moments fans still quote today. She was that unforgettable mix of strict, sweet, and secretly hilarious, the kind of relative who could take over an episode the moment she walked in, leaving audiences laughing and loving her in equal measure. Behind the iconic presence was Irene Tedrow, born August 3, 1907. She was 70 when she stepped into the role, already revered as one of television's most versatile and respected character actresses. From Perry Mason to Dennis the Menace to a vast stage career, Tedrow mastered every genre she touched. Heartbreakingly, Irene Tedrow passed away on March 10, 1995, at 87, from complications of a stroke. Her legacy lives on, graceful, powerful, and forever part of sitcom history. Bernard Foster didn't just enter Three's Company, he glided in with that smooth charm and quick-witted confidence only Dick Sargent could deliver. With every sharp line and mischievous smirk, he added a spark of sophistication to the show's comedic chaos, creating moments fans still smile about decades later. Bernard wasn't a mainstay, but he was unforgettable, one of those characters who stole the spotlight the moment he appeared. Behind that charismatic presence was Dick Sargent, born April 19, 1930, already a beloved television star when he joined the series. At 51, he brought years of experience from his iconic role as Darren on Bewitched, along with dozens of film and TV appearances that showcased his perfect comedic timing and emotional range. Sadly, Sargent passed away on July 8, 1994 at 64 after battling prostate cancer. Today, he remains a cherished figure in TV history, warm, witty, and eternally remembered. Larry Dallas didn't just enter Three's Company. He swaggered in like a walking punchline wrapped in charm, mischief, and unmistakable 70s confidence. With his flashy outfits, outrageous schemes, and unshakable self-belief, Larry became the lovable hustler who brought chaos, laughter, and unforgettable one-liners to every scene. He was Jack Tripper's wild counterpart, the friend who always meant well, even when everything went hilariously wrong. Behind the comedic brilliance was Richard Klein, born April 29, 1944. He was 32 when he first brought Larry to life in 1976, instantly becoming a fan favorite thanks to his razor-sharp timing and theatrical charisma. Klein went on to enjoy a rich career across Broadway, television, and directing, showcasing his versatility far beyond Larry's antics. Today, at his 81 years old, still active, still vibrant, and forever celebrated as the smooth-talking neighbor who became a sitcom legend. Terri Alden didn't just join Three's Company, she breathed new life into it, arriving like a calm, radiant storm that changed everything the moment she walked through the door. With her intelligence, compassion, beauty, and razor-sharp comedic rhythm, Terri became the grounding force the chaotic trio didn't know they needed. Fans still remember her warm smile, her no-nonsense wit, and the way she turned even a simple scene into something unforgettable. Terri wasn't just a roommate. She was heart, balance, and grace wrapped in 1980s charm. Behind this beloved character was Priscilla Barnes, born December 7, 1953, who was 27 when she stepped into Terry's scrubs as the show's resident nurse. After Three's Company, she built a powerful career with roles in License to Kill, The Devil's Rejects, and numerous TV dramas. Currently, Barnes is 72, still captivating audiences with her depth, elegance, and timeless screen presence. Frank Angelino didn't just appear in Three's Company. He stormed into the show with the confidence, swagger, and fiery temperament of a man who always expected perfection. As Jack's demanding, sharp-tongued boss at Angelino's restaurant, Frank delivered some of the series' funniest confrontations, turning every scene into a battle of wits and high-stakes culinary chaos. His booming authority, explosive reactions, and unforgettable facial expressions made him a standout presence, a character fans still quote decades later. Behind this commanding role was Jordan Charney, born April 1, 1937, who was 42 when he first brought Frank Angelino to life. Already a respected theater and television actor, Charney went on to appear in Falcon Crest, All My Children, Hill Street Blues, and dozens of stage productions. These days, Charney is 88 years old, retired from acting but warmly remembered for giving Three's Company one of its most hilariously intense recurring characters. Jack Tripper didn't just dominate Three's Company, he rewrote what TV comedy could be, A whirlwind of physical genius, warm-hearted mischief, and hilarious vulnerability, Jack turned every stumble, every panic, every misunderstanding into pure sitcom perfection. He wasn't just funny. He was electric, charming, human, the kind of character who made audiences feel like they were laughing with him, not at him. His impact didn't fade. It echoed through decades of television. Behind this comedic brilliance stood John Ritter, born September 17, 1948, just 28 when he became Jack Tripper and instantly became America's beloved funny man. He earned Emmys, starred in 8 Simple Rules, Hooperman, Problem Child, and carved a career defined by heart, humility, and flawless timing. Sadly, Ritter passed away on September 11, 2003, at 54, from an aortic dissection. Yet his laughter lives on, timeless, healing, and forever woven into the soul of television history. Linda burst into Three's Company with the kind of confident charm that instantly reshaped every scene she entered. Sharp, elegant, and effortlessly magnetic, she brought a refreshing energy that balanced comedy with subtle emotional depth. Whether sparring with Jack, teasing the trio, or adding a spark of sophistication to the chaos, Linda became one of those characters who appeared briefly, yet remained impossible to forget. She was grace with an edge, a smile with a secret, a presence that lingered long after the credits rolled. Behind this memorable role was Anne Shadeen, born January 8, 1949, who was 32 when she joined the series. Already a rising actress, she later soared to fame as Kate Tanner on ALF, cementing her place in 80s television history. She continued working in film, TV, and interior design, balancing creativity with family life. At present, Shadeen is 76 years old, living a quiet, fulfilled life, admired by fans who still remember the spark she brought to every frame. Cindy Snow didn't just step into Three's Company, she burst onto the screen with a whirlwind of innocence, slapstick charm, and irresistible sweetness that instantly rewrote the show's energy. With her iconic clumsiness, wide-eyed warmth, and comedic timing that could light up an entire episode, Cindy became one of the series' most unforgettable surprises. Fans still remember her heartfelt attempts to fit in, her hilarious mishaps, and the way she brought a breath of fresh, youthful chaos into the trio's world. Behind the character was Jenna Lee Harrison, born June 12, 1958, who was 22 when she took over the beloved role. After her run on Three's Company, she continued building her career with major roles in Dallas, Chips, and numerous TV movies. As of 2025, Harrison is 67, enjoying a quieter life while remaining a cherished figure among classic sitcom fans, forever remembered as the lovable, unforgettable Cindy Snow. Dr. Tom Miller stormed into Three's Company with a sly confidence that made every moment he appeared feel sharper, funnier, and deliciously unpredictable. With his polished demeanor, dry wit, and perfectly timed reactions, he became the kind of character who could steal a scene with just one raised eyebrow. His presence added a layer of comic tension, smooth on the surface, chaotic beneath, enhancing the show's rhythm and giving fans another unforgettable face in its iconic lineup. Behind this memorable performance was Jeffrey Tambor, born July 8, 1944, who was 34 when he stepped into the role. His career would explode afterward, leading to acclaimed turns in The Larry Sanders Show, Arrested Development, and Transparent, earning awards and global recognition. Tambor's career has spanned theater, film, and voice acting, shaping him into one of television's most distinctive talents. Nowadays, Tambor is 81 years old, continuing to work selectively while remaining a respected, influential figure in Hollywood. Michael stepped into Three's Company with the kind of cool, effortless presence that instantly electrified every scene he touched. Smooth-spoken, charming, and quietly magnetic, he added a fresh spark to the show's lively world of misunderstandings and surprise twists. His timing, his tone, his subtle humor, Everything he brought made the character memorable, giving fans another reason to fall deeper into the sitcom's beloved chaos. Behind that crisp delivery was Michael Bell, born July 30th, 1938, who was 40 years old when he portrayed Michael. Long before and long after his appearance, Bell became one of Hollywood's most recognizable voices, shaping childhoods through iconic roles in The Transformers, G.I. Joe, The Smurfs, Rugrats, and countless animated classics. His range was astonishing: heroes, villains, mentors, legends. As of now, Michael Bell is 87 years old, still admired by generations who grew up hearing his voice and feeling his impact across television history. Sheryl Lee burst into Three's Company with fire, confidence, and a dazzling presence that turned every entrance into a moment. Bold, flirtatious, impossible to ignore. She added the kind of energy that shook up the apartment's rhythm and created unforgettable comedic sparks with Jack, Janet, and Chrissy. Sherry wasn't just a guest character, she was a scene stealer, a magnetic force who left audiences wanting more. Behind that fierce charm was Sandra Curry, born January 11, 1947, who was 32 years old when she brought Sheryl Lee to life. Her career stretched far beyond sitcoms, spanning powerful performances in the Hangover trilogy, Ocean's 13, Criminal Minds, and numerous stage productions. Known for her intensity and range, Curry built a reputation as a commanding actress who elevated every role. Now she is 78 years old, still active, still radiant, and still celebrated for a career defined by strength, versatility, and unforgettable screen presence. Janet Wood wasn't just a character on Three's Company, she was its heartbeat. Smart, grounded, fiercely loyal, and always ready with the perfect eye roll, she balanced the show's wild misunderstandings with warmth and quick-witted charm. Janet was the steady anchor in a world of chaos, the friend everyone wished they had, and the soul who held Jack and Chrissy together. Her iconic moments, from heartfelt pep talks to perfectly timed comedic explosions, became core memories for millions. Bringing all that fire to life was Joyce DeWitt, born April 23, 1949. She was 27 when she first stepped into Janet's sensible shoes in 1976, instantly winning audiences over with her authenticity and comedic brilliance. After the series, she continued acting on stage and screen, choosing a life rooted in creativity rather than Hollywood flash. In 2025, DeWitt is 76, still radiant, still beloved, and forever remembered as the woman who gave Three's Company its heart. Barbara Howard didn't just appear in Three's Company. She flashed onto the screen like a firecracker, sharp-tongued, stylish, and full of delicious comedic attitude. Every scene she entered felt instantly more electric. Her confident charm, her perfectly timed reactions, and her bold presence added an unexpected spark to the show's rhythm, creating moments fans still smile about decades later. Barbara wasn't a main character, but she felt like one, commanding attention, stealing laughs, and leaving an impression far bigger than her screen time. Behind this unforgettable burst of charisma was Taffy O'Connell, born May 14, 1951, who was 31 years old during her Three's Company appearance. Her career expanded across hit films like Galaxy of Terror, New Year's Evil, and TV staples including Happy Days, Knight Rider, and The A-Team. Beyond acting, O'Connell built a reputation as a writer, publisher, and producer. Today, she is 74 years old, thriving creatively and still admired for her fearless, scene-stealing energy that made her a cult favorite. Mrs. Alden entered Three's Company with the quiet confidence of a woman who didn't need to raise her voice to steal the scene. One raised brow, one perfectly timed line, and suddenly, the entire moment belonged to her. Elegant, witty, and irresistibly sharp, she brought a sophisticated comedic energy that cut through the show's chaos with surgical precision. Every appearance felt like a small masterclass, subtle, controlled, and impossibly memorable. Behind that timeless presence is Mina Kolb, born June 7, 1926, who was 54 during her work on the series. A remarkably versatile actress, she built a rich career spanning television, theater, voice acting, and comedy, shining in productions like Mary Hartman, The Rockford Files, The Golden Girls, and countless stage performances. Now 99 years old in 2025, Mina Kolb remains a living treasure, an enduring symbol of classic Hollywood artistry, admired for a career defined by grace, humor, and extraordinary longevity. Thank you for revisiting the unforgettable world of Three's Company with us here on Golden Portal 60s. If this journey moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite memories of the cast below. More timeless Hollywood stories are on the way, where legends live on and the past continues to shine brighter than ever.